everyone, welcome to Babies with Knives. Tonight we're going to be playing Spy, 2nd edition by Polyhedral Knights with creator Mickey Barfield above me. Hey Mickey.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm your host, Alice Peng, aka Lala Twiddle, and tonight I am going to be playing Haywire. That's what we decided, right? We jumped around a little bit. Haywire is a hacker. Her name is Shiro Takata, and I'm a bit of a glass jaw with a little bit of I've liked hacking since I was a kid, and I make trouble, and I hack into places I shouldn't. So yeah, it's kind of like Claudia from Warehouse 13, except Japanese. So over on the next column, up at the top, we have Matt Frisbee. Hey, Matt.
Hello. Tonight I'll be playing Ghost, who is an infiltrator, aka Frank Ross, former paratrooper. And basically, he's good at busting into places and defeating security systems.
Awesome. And below him, we have Kevin Scarth. Hey, Kevin.
Hey, everyone. Today we'll be playing Hermes, a.k.a. Jimmy Fu. He's a con artist. As a younger man, he got himself in a little bit of trouble with the triads, which didn't make for such a great portion of his life. He is, I have the affectation when the miniseries comes out, he'll be played by Stephen Yun.
Cool. And below him, we have Caleb Goodson.
Hey, how are you doing? I'm going to play as Lockdown, who's a criminal liaison. I'm basically this big, tough brawler kind of guy. I was on death row until a mysterious organization faked my death and then recruited me to fight alongside of you.
Ooh. And one quick correction to my character, because we were jumping around on who was playing who for a bit. The hacker Haywire is actually a male. I've got a little goatee right there. So I'm the male version of Claudia from Warehouse 13 that got recruited because I like to get myself into dangerous places and such. Well, Mickey, would you like to take us away on this very special cue ball edition? One thing here does not fit the others of Spy 2nd edition.
Well, actually, there's two different things that don't fit like the others.
Okay, that's true, yes.
Aside from the cue balls,
yes,
all of us, except for one person, is wearing glasses.
Oh, that's true. That's very true.
See?
We have a very interesting table tonight.
So let me go over, I guess, the world of Spy and the organization you work for. You work for the Factory, and the Factory tries to protect the United States from threats foreign and domestic. And unlike other covert operations, they believe in recruiting from a diverse pool of people. And they'll put together groups who work together. You'll see people who are formerly military, some former civilians, and some former criminals. And they put together a team that has different skill sets to try and train together, educate together, and go on missions together. So all of you have been doing these types of things together for quite some time. And the Factory, they have certain designations, like the leader, they call the plant manager. And each of you guys have code names they use. I've obviously given your code names out here for everyone to hear. And, 1 second. Sorry. Frog in my throat.
No worries.
Anyways, so you guys are considered what they call pistons, okay? And you're kind of the meat and potatoes, the field agents. I wouldn't really compare this game so much to James Bond as more of a combination between Strike Back meets a little bit of Metal Gear Solid meets a little bit of Mission Impossible. So.
Awesome.
Okay, sorry about that.
This. No worries.
So, we're going to say your team has been working together for about 6 months. And when I say working together, for the first 3 months, it was training. You were doing a lot of physical training, a lot of classroom training, and other types of procedural trainings. Now, the Factory is not one of those organizations that says, hey, we do this stuff and the public knows about us. You guys are total deniability. You get caught on the field, you can't say, but I work for, as far as anyone's concerned, you work for a company called New Tech Designs, a computer company. So that's all they'll say.
So you work for Alias. Got it.
Kind of, yeah. You know, I hadn't thought about that, but yeah, I guess it does kind of mirror a little bit of that. Anyways, sorry, just flashback there. I hadn't seen anything forever. So you guys have been training together for 3 months and have been on small missions, usually surveillance, little data intrusion, grabbing people for interrogations, things like that, small time stuff. And so you've kind of gotten to know each other a little bit and know what your strengths are, your weaknesses are, how well you work together on certain things. So move this here and move this here. Now, oops, that went too far. Story of my life. So in this particular day, you guys have been doing some training up in the hills, mostly like doing some mountaineering in Kentucky. And it's been kind of some boring work and just arduous. Some of you have no problem with it. Ghost, easy stuff for you. Haywire, this is the worst. You'd much rather be doing things back behind your desk.
Mm-hmm.
When finally you guys are pulled from your training and told to go to Lexington, just outside of there, to meet with an agent by the name of Grace Lassiter. And she's a factory foreman, and she's to give you your assignment. So you guys pack up your camping gear, your mountaineering gear that you guys have been doing, hop in your truck or Jeep, and drive over to Lexington.
Okay.
Now, you guys have usually when you go on assignments, you're given usually your things on the field at the place. Can't really jump on a plane and bring your guns and whatnot. Things like your laptop and your clothes, of course, you can. So usually when you go to a place like this, they're going to arm you or give you your weapons. Oh, we have a new player, I see.
Hi, puppy.
This is Banshee.
Oh, cute dog. So, is there anything special you guys want to do before you head there, or just head straight there?
I want to get get armed with pistols. I want to make sure that my laptop and my tablets and such are all charged up to full. All my equipment is, ready to go.
Okay, no problem. All right.
What's the tech level in this game? Is it basically here with a modern, current, with a little science fiction of going a little bit beyond?
It's current, but yeah, there is some science fiction beyond.
Okay.
That stuff is like not known by the general public.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually
Well, of course, we keep the best tech to ourselves.
Right, or other organizations as well too.
Mm-hmm.
There's a group called Daedalus, who they're basically imagine a bunch of scientists with no moral compass whatsoever who like to work on things and sell to the highest bidder, usually terrorists, of course.
Okay.
They're kind of big thorn in y'all's side. There's a few other organizations as well too, but for the most part, y'all's tech is you usually use your standard run-of-the-mill things. There's a few things that you can, when you get higher up within ranks, if you use resource points, get access to. But right now, you guys are pretty low rung right now. Okay.
Okay.
So, all right. So you guys load up and drive over there. It takes you about an hour and a half to get there. And like I said, it's just outside of Lexington. And you arrive at this address. It looks like a double wide trailer, redneck heaven. You see some old pickup truck out there, and you see this woman who she's probably in her late 40s, thin, and out on the porch smoking. Yes?
On the way out there, though, I want to be doing some hacking.
Okay. What you want to hack?
I wish to pull up satellite surveillance in the area because satellites go around the world and get a lot of stuff. So I want to see about satellite pictures for the area we're going to in Lexington. And I want to be pulling up information for the last 2 weeks.
Okay, so
what kind of mission brief were we given?
You don't know yet. You're supposed to be giving it to it when you get there.
Okay.
Grace is supposed to give it to you. And you kind of get the feeling it's not high priority type thing. It's more like, just get there sometime today.
Okay.
Okay. So if you're going to try and pull up the satellite and view where she's at, she's, like I said, she's just outside of Lexington.
Mm-hmm.
So roll your computer use. Yeah.
Computer hacking?
No, it won't be hacking because you're actually going to be going in through.
Okay. Computer off. Got it.
Yeah, computer op. Yeah.
Okay, I forget. How do we do dice in this game? I roll 3d10, but
some of you have played, some of you have not played. That's a good idea. So to roll your skills, you're going to use your different die types. Now your die types represent your level of education. So a D6, it means you're barely educated. A D8 means you're somewhat educated, and a D10 means you're very well educated. Now you'll notice there's different numbers like 1, 2, or 3, how many dice you're rolling. 1 means you only know it a little bit. 2, you practice it. You practice it barely. 2 means you practice it somewhat, and 3 means you practice it all the time. So what you do is you have multiple dice, you roll those, and you take the best one and add it to a relevant stat, and you can meet or beat a target number. So in your case here, for computer use,
I'm rolling 3d10s.
Okay, and you'll take the best one, and you're going to add your intelligence.
Yep. So I have a 14.
Okay,
yeah, I just wanted to make sure I remembered it correctly because I remembered it to be that you said that it was going to be the same basic engine as Wicked Packs, but I wanted to make sure I remembered that I was taking 1 die, not all 3. So
right, and we have a few players who haven't played before. So.
Absolutely, yes. So
okay,
I got a 14.
14. So obviously way exceeded because you only needed a 9. Okay. So actually, the satellite that you guys normally would have access to, you don't exactly have access to it. So you were able to piggyback from someone else within the factory who actually patched into another one and gave you access. So you think you're using a Russian satellite right now.
Okay.
So look at this. So you're looking over it, and it's a pretty well wooded area. It's this dirt road that leads to this trailer. It looks like some dirty old double wide, like I said, redneck palace. I got a truck out there in the front. It looks like your cliche kind of out in the woods kind of trailer. So,
what kind of activity do I see for the last 2 weeks?
Last 2 weeks, really not too much. You see that truck coming and going, at least once a day. And at least once a day, actually twice a day, you see her patrolling the area with her rifle. And you kind of get the feeling she's doing standard routine things, especially if she's the agent who's put in charge here, this safe house.
Okay.
And probably keep a certain profile. So,
are you doing that satellite imaging thing again?
I take a swig of my orange monster. What? I'm playing a video game.
This is like a sneakers level of paranoia. You know that, right?
I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm playing a video game. Swig.
Okay, sure. Does your video game tell us if there's a good coffee shop on the way?
How would I know that? It's a video game. By the way, Mickey, is there a good coffee shop on the way? Looking around since getting some imagery.
Chances are you probably stay well caffeinated.
I do. Like I said, I'm drinking Orange Monsters energy drinks.
You probably mapped out all the coffee shops within Lexington and the outer line areas.
Okay.
And put them in order as far as rankings, as far as stars and reviews and stuff like that.
Sure.
So yeah. So you can probably rattle off 4 of them in the area, which
I'll do that.
Qualify for 3 stars or higher.
Okay. I think we'll be by like 2 blocks of Main Street. Yeah. So there's a good one on Main Street. It's going to be like 2 blocks. We can take a 2-block detour, right? I'm also going to take.
What? No one's playing drive shaft. No one's playing drive shafts, so never mind. Yeah.
I'm going to take I'm going to also take note of the license plate of the truck that drives in and out and try and get a little information on that.
Probably harder to see since you're kind of seeing from up above like that,
Totally.
So
that's fine.
Occasionally you can probably get maybe you think what it's like that, but it's registered to a Grace Walker. Okay.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Hey, which one of us is driving?
That's a good question. Who is driving?
And I guess I can.
I don't have a skill for it, so I think you are.
Well, if you don't have a skill for it, doesn't mean you can't do that for driving. It's just that you get involved in combat or combative driving, you're gonna have a hard time. Yeah.
Can I say that I'm actually driving, but I'm using my hacked, type of supercar? Come on, self-driving cars are a thing now.
That would be. Yeah, no. But unfortunately, you guys have some old Jeep that you use.
Oh, okay, old Jeep.
4-wheeler. So it's not exactly built for comfort.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say that I'm driving and I'm over here doing this, and that's why he's complaining about me being paranoid, because I'm doing this as I'm driving. You know, one hand's over on the side on the dash, typing on my keyboard.
Would you guys have allowed that?
No, you guys wouldn't.
It sounds very unsafe.
Oh, come on.
I like they did it. I like they did the lockdowns driving. That sounds like a
I'm
good idea.
really good at this.
I don't care.
Oh, come on, I'm really good at this. I swear, guys, I'm really, really good at this.
Right.
I eat an energy bar.
So me or Ghost are driving. I don't care which one.
Look, if I get killed on the way, I don't have to do this anymore.
How about I drive? It's a Jeep. I'll drive.
Okay.
All right, so about an hour and a half, you guys finally arrived there, okay? And
I would have gotten us
Make
here
sure to
faster, you
get-
know.
what's that?
I would have gotten us here faster, you know.
So-
Mhm.
Well, you could have taken the shortcut off of the left on the main after we got the caffeine. And oh, by the way, how was the coffee? I want.
Huh? Oh, yeah. Fantastic.
Yeah.
So this is your 10th
Haywire
or
Ted.
11th cup of coffee for the day.
Oh, I don't drink coffee, but this is my third monster
Uh-huh.
and 2 energy
Okay.
bars.
And how much time? An hour?
Maybe 4 hours. 3 energy drinks and 2 energy
Okay.
bars.
I drive up.
That's why we have to have a
the,
mini fridge in every Jeep we have.
I drive up to the trailer, taking in the area around it, making sure that there aren't any security problems.
Okay, so if you're going to do that, roll your security skill,
Which
add
I've
your
got.
willpower. So that's your
Okay,
attention to
willpower.
detail.
There's another one here somewhere. Where is it? There it is.
There's 86 milligrams of caffeine in that energy drink you drank, by the way.
Total of 10.
10, okay, yeah. You look around and it doesn't seem any kind of security threat, but you can tell that she does have well-placed security systems to observe visual, night vision as well too, movement sensors for anything larger than a dog. And you even can tell there's like one stump that looks like it's been some tree that's been cut down, but you can tell that stump's been hollowed out, and you think she's probably stashed weapons in there. Okay,
Is this supposed to be our contact?
this is your contact.
Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
fine. I just walk out to her and start waving. Hey!
She sitting on the porch. Looks like she's smoking and drinking, and she sees you guys, and she takes her feet off the porch and stands up, looks at you guys. She says, "Well, you got here quicker than I thought you would."
Okay, I walk up to her drink and I start taking some of it for myself.
She looks at you. She says, "I'm gonna let that one pass.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
You must be locked down."
Uh-huh.
I'm Grace, so I'm gonna be your contact while you're here. If you need to bunk up here, that's fine. If you want to find a place in Lexington, that's fine. Let's go inside and discuss what we need to do, okay? So you go inside of her place, and the place looks like it's a mess. You see beer cans laying here or there, bags of chips laying here, some, blanket laying over here. But as you're looking at it, all of y'all make an observation roll and add your willpower.
Sure. 9.
7.
7?
10.
Okay, all of you guys notice, even though it looks like a mess, it's kind of a planned mess. You can tell it's used to deliberately, hide things like communication equipment, maybe, or other pieces of intel. This Murphy bed, actually, you fold down. It's not really a Murphy bed. It's got probably weapons on there.
Gun in the cabinet, stuff like that.
Right.
I pick up one of the bags of chips.
Okay.
Does it have any?
It's got chips in there. They're stale, but, not much crunch in there anymore. She says, well, have a seat. She says, so the factory was alerted to a falsified audit done at the Bluegrass Army Depot in Kentucky. Every vigilant, they had their own auditor look into Captain Thomas Miller. He's the depot's CO. The auditor noticed that some unusual fluctuations in his personal account, and upon further investigation, found out the captain had some serious gambling debts, but recently squared them away mysteriously.
Captain, what is his name?
Captain Thomas Miller.
Thomas Miller. Okay.
Captain Miller's debts were considerable, and whoever paid them off probably wasn't doing it out of the goodness of their heart. We need to determine what or who was influencing him and why.
I crack my fingers and I start typing on my laptop. I start looking up Captain Thomas Miller. Digging,
And
doing a
she
deep
laughs as
dive
soon as you
into
start
his...
doing that. She says, "You won't find much. This man is a caveman."
Oh,
She says, "But look him up."
see, cavemen are much easier to find than you think. I'm actually not. I'm going to do a deep dive into his background because, and I'm not just looking at his social media because with the fact that he's a caveman, it's going to be more that I'm going to be looking in his 6 degrees of separation social circles because cavemen also don't understand security. So when they're out drinking in bars with their friends, with their family, when they are at their family picnics, stuff like that, they don't think about security as much as people who aren't cavemen. So while he doesn't have
glaring at him.
So while he doesn't have a social media presence, everybody around him, he's not going to take precautions against. So I'm going to go into his 6 degrees of separation.
Okay. Well, yeah, sure enough, if you go looking on there, do your computer use. Okay.
Sure thing. Is this hacking
And
or is this just computer operations?
Just computer operation.
Okay. Actually, they're both the same, so it doesn't matter. Ooh, I got 2 10s and a 3, so 10 plus 14.
14, okay. I'm going to come back to you because it's taking a few minutes to kind of go through things and assimilate things.
Go for it.
So she says, so what we need you guys to do is kind of get to know him, get to know everything about the depot there. We going to have IDs for you guys. You'll be posing as inspectors from the Defense Logistics Agency. You'll be doing routine inspections on their systems, how they dispose of unusable equipment. Pretty boring stuff. You'll fly under the radar, but it'll give you access to the base and a chance to talk to whoever you want to there. Okay? So we need you to kind of go inside there and do that. Now, I think one of you guys was former military, she says? I thought so. I didn't think it was this guy. She points over towards Lockdown.
You'd be surprised these days.
That's true. She says, so what you have access to, she says, there's a nondescript sedan about a mile down the road. I got parked at a gas sip, and behind there's a motorcycle. Here, I can give you access to 2 medium pistols, light pistol, heavy, got a sawed-off shotgun, got a wood axe, some zip ties, basic first aid kits. I got various drugs and pills and whatever junk you might need for whatever, and your only cash you have to play with is $4,000. Beyond that, you're going to have to acquire on your own to fund however you need to do this. Okay? So, should be a fairly simple operation here. Okay?
How long do we have?
Well, there's no official timeline on it. I mean, you can take days or weeks. Although I kind of got the general feeling they want to kind of find out and just put it to bed before anybody publicly knows and makes it publicly known. No egg on the face. Or in case something bad is happening and it's right under our nose and we don't know it. So,
right. What was
I would
Miller's
say
official?
quickish.
Okay. What's Miller's official position there?
He's the commanding officer there. He's in charge of everything. Basically, it's a shit detail. Essentially, you're put there.
He's an army captain?
Oh, yeah.
An army captain in charge of a munitions center?
It's not exactly a active one. It's more like where things go to die and be left and collect dust.
Got it.
It's really a thankless job. And pretty much anyone who gets assigned there, you've probably screwed up and you're on babysitting detail on defunct stuff.
Would want
now,
that stuff.
Normally it wouldn't be a big deal, but, well, you know, like I said, factory does do some regular audits and looks over people who are in power, and there came up some strange discrepancies, especially for a guy at a place like this. Now, like I said, it houses a lot of different defunct weapons, so we need to look to make sure also that they're there. Things aren't just exactly just leaving the place. So, now, Haywire, you've come back with your analysis here, and yeah, he's pretty much a caveman. He doesn't have a social media account of any kind.
I'm not surprised.
But you're not finding a whole lot either, because it seems like he's kind of almost like a zero. He doesn't have a lot of friends, and almost like nothing. Occasionally, you might see a few things here and there with some family members at Thanksgiving and crap like that. But most recently, you do see a couple of posts. And on this post, it's from a young lady. Oops.
And what about bank records? Since we were talking debt.
Yeah. One thing. Now his bank records. Yeah, he was just living foot to mouth. You can tell this is a guy who definitely had some gambling problems, ups and downs as far as that. And then he was kind of really getting in some financial trouble. Then all of a sudden, boom, things got paid. He started having some money coming in. He's got more regular money coming in. It'd probably take a lot longer to actually sit down and do a financial analysis, but it does seem a little, roller coasterish. Going back to the thing as far as recent activity on social media, a woman by the name of Betty Norton, okay?
Okay.
Kind of good looking in a trailer park trash kind of way look, and about 20 years off from his age, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And she's apparently got him out and about at some, sports bar and taking pictures with him. So hugging on him. So you do see that.
Okay.
And that's in the past 3 months.
Take another swig of my orange monster. Hey, Lockdown, what'd you put in it? Well, I wasn't looking.
How'd you like the flavor?
Tastes like rock gut.
Well, you're not far off.
Prison wine.
I was just going to say prison wine.
Only the finest toilet wine. For you, my friend.
Anyways, I found some things. I take the chip bag and I start using the chip bag to clean my tongue off.
Okay.
All
right.
That was where I was.
Those are yours.
Oh,
During the
That makes it worse. Okay, so yeah, I start looking for something else. I take my shirt and I start using that.
Classy. So Grace says, okay, so any other questions you guys got? She says,
yeah, so Grace.
Yeah.
This is what you're, of course, supposed to tell us. But what aren't you telling us? There's always a second story, ma'am.
I wish there was some deeper, darker mystery here, she says, but I'm not sure if I see one. I mean, it seems like a guy who basically got in over his head. Now, obviously, somebody's wanting something.
Anyone deep
What
dive Betty
condition do you
Norton?
want this guy in when we're
Who,
finished?
the captain?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we don't really know how bad, far, or what he's doing. I mean, we don't want to draw attention. We don't want to snuff him out.
Well,
I mean,
at first glance,
just
it looks like a honey
exposing
trap.
him.
And for the honey trap, it looks like there's a Betty Norton. Anybody done a deep dive on Betty Norton yet?
Too easy, she says. She says, from what we can tell, is she's a former dancer, and we're not talking about the ballet, the kind that involves clear heels. She says, former dancer, she's been linked up to different people here and there. She says, but nobody important that we can tell. She says, now, we did find out that she has been spotted here and there with Levi Rogers. Now, when she mentions that, who here has Streetwise? Okay, if you have Streetwise, roll your Streetwise and add your intelligence.
7.
6.
Okay.
12.
12. Woo. Yeah. Who got 12? Lockdown?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, you know Levi Rogers. He's the local head for the Dixie mob here.
Okay, I relay that. Oh, this guy, yeah, he's some head honcho with the Dixie mob. Could
Now,
be trouble.
I have something to send you guys. Should I hop over to the
Drop it into Discord.
in the podcast studio spy RPG or what?
Yep, in the channel that we use for our green room.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. Gonna drop something in there for you guys.
My character's eating an energy muffin.
Okay. No worries.
Need to get the
Character's
rock gut
already
taste out of
Will
my
be
mouth.
good to the muffin or not?
Explode. Your heart's just going to explode out of your chest.
Do you know how much energy items I have on my character sheet?
No, I don't. I didn't even look at it.
Exactly. Matt, what were you saying?
Okay, so I just sent you that PDF there. It's a factory report they put out about the Dixie mob. So you can pull that up and look at it. I tell you what, if you want, I will actually read it out loud so that way the audience who is
Please
watching
do.
can know what that's all about. So,
Please do.
all right. Okay. Subject, Dixie Mob. Location, Southern United States. Factory intelligence statement. Like any mafia, the Dixie Mob is glued together by a shared sense of regionalism. Operating primarily in the Southern United States, the Dixie Mob runs the usual bread and butter of organization crime. Prostitution, drug running, gun running, protection rackets, money laundering, and the occasional paid hit. The Dixie Mob isn't the biggest criminal enterprise in the U.S., but it is fairly difficult to stamp out. Members of the mob are relatively loyal to each other, and anyone who is discovered to have snitched is killed. Factory objectives. They aren't making this country any better. On the other hand, members of this outfit can be useful sources of information, or even hired muscle under the right circumstances. The factory's official stance is that the Dixie Mob operations should be broken up, their leaders exposed, and the names of the lower-level goons passed on to local law enforcement for mop-up. However, if field agents wish to try and turn the occasional Dixie Mob asset, the factory is willing to look the other way for as long as that asset is useful. So, that is the factory's report on the Dixie Mob there. So,
Awesome.
anyway, so Levi, yeah. So, you know, Levi Rogers is one of the regional lieutenants here. And there's a couple pictures where she's seen kind of hugging on him as well. But this has been over the past, like, year, 2 years, you know.
Okay.
But he keeps his social media presence pretty low as well, too.
Okay.
And make sure not to pop up in too many photos at all. So.
I'll throw all this information that I found over to their laptop, to their tablets.
Okay.
Or their cell phones, their smartphones.
Sure.
I'm uploading data packet to all of you.
So, Greg says, any other questions you guys got?
We got any kind of military records on Miller?
Well, as far as military records, he's been kind of just skating by. He should have been a lot further in his career, but he's had several setbacks. And usually due to drinking and gambling that's affected his job. He's pretty much on thin ice right now. Was sent out here to get his, proverbial crap together and try and coast out a few more years before he retires. He's due to retire in a couple of years. So.
I want to look into his bank records before we leave because I won't, in case I have questions that come up. So bank records of him, his, and I also wanted to look into Betty Norton and Levi Rogers.
Yeah, you were looking at his before you said. Mm-hmm. So like I said, his has been up and down, and he's just recently started paying his bills again.
Okay.
So it's obviously
but
some
in his bank
irregularities.
records, right? But in his bank records, how where is that money coming from? A shell corporation?
Cash.
Cash. Okay.
Basically, cash. Basically, just paying him, and he just deposits it. Declares it winnings, or gifts, things like that.
Okay.
So, Lady Luck has been good to him. Apparently, he's had some gracious people just give him gifts, that type of thing. So, no direct deposits from anybody. So, nothing like that. They've been pretty careful about that. As far as Betty, she has an account.
Mm-hmm.
It really doesn't get used too often, and usually women like this, sometimes you find that either A, they're paying for it out of cash, or B, they got someone else paying for something for them.
Mm-hmm.
So
now, what I'm more interested in on Betty Norton, though, is I'm going to take a deep dive into her history and see if I can find a weak link or a chink in her armor that I can find. Basically, if there's maybe medical records that were hidden of her having a baby when she was 16 that's left with her mother, that kind of stuff where there's incongruent paperwork and stuff like that, because that is, or anything that we could use to basically twist an arm with.
Okay, so if you're going to do that kind of deeper thing there, you're looking at probably a couple hours worth of stuff, okay? Mm-hmm. So you're going to be spending probably the night doing that.
Okay.
Putting together things like that. So if she's doing that, I need you to make a hacking roll.
Okay. I actually would like to speed that up by calling out Darknet.
Okay, you have a talent?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
When making
Explain to everybody what that is.
when Darknet, when making contacts with criminals over the internet or when researching cybercrime, you can use computer hacking instead of streetwise. I'm wondering if basically, since I have contacts on the Darknet, that I can use that in some other fashion as well.
Okay, sure.
Okay. Cool.
So you're going to use that.
Mhm.
So go ahead and roll your computer hacking. Okay.
Oh, I actually have something else too, apparently. I also have backdoors. The first test or oppositional roll you make, roll you have to make while intruding in a digital network is an automatic success with no roll needed. How often do I get to use talents?
Honestly, for this here, you wouldn't really need to use that because...
Well, I got a
she's
14.
not-
With 3 dice, you
that's-
get 10s pretty often. I got 10,
that's
1, 3.
way easy. Okay, so I'm going to get back to you about that, okay?
Sure thing.
So she's going to be busy doing this for a few hours. What are you guys doing in the meantime?
Well, somebody's got to go get the car to start with, so maybe I better go do that.
Okay. So you travel on down, get the sedan, bring it back.
Okay. I'm going to look it over before I bring it back. I've got
mechanics.
electronics and mechanics.
Roll your mechanics, add your intelligence.
Okay. 7.
It looks like kind of your nondescript POS, okay? Sedan. But when you look
A
at the
Ford.
hood... Oh, yeah. But when you look under the hood, they've maintained it very well. They've given it some muscle, so it can get up, it can move. You can do forced maneuvers if you have to. The handling on it seems really good. So it's meant to look like just kind of gloss on by it, but it's meant for somebody who's a professional driver to use it and use it well.
Okay.
Now, what time of
Also
day is
too,
it?
in the can't think today, trunk. In the trunk, there's a big roll of plastic and 2 rolls of duct tape.
Good.
And what time of day is it? It is probably about 12 in the afternoon.
Okay. And what day is it?
It is a Tuesday.
Okay, well then, yeah, I guess we'll just be planning.
Okay, so
I was thinking about hitting maybe some of the known criminal hangouts, maybe possibly, but not right now.
Hermes will lean on his intelligence network, which apparently I can use charisma times per session. Now that I know the Dixie Mafia is involved, I'm going to reach out to my good friend Win.
Okay.
Old Win Duffy, and we're going to see if he knows if Levi's got anything new and exciting going on would have him people have heard about.
Okay, so you're going to use that talent then, okay?
Yeah.
So contact him, call him up.
Yeah.
He picks up, and does he know you by your name or an alias name you have?
I might if I might know him from before, he might actually know me as Jimmy.
Jimmy, okay.
Given my colorful history.
Okay, so the phone. He says, hello.
Win.
Is it Jimmy?
It's Jimmy. How's it going?
Oh, going okay. What can I do for you?
Well, I'm you know me. I call, says, still with the same gal. She treating you all right?
She's a lion hooker. But
Yeah,
I
okay.
love her.
That's in character for you, Win. That's in character for you.
Yeah.
So I'm calling. I looking to see if I know anything new coming from Levi Rogers. Just names come up in a conversation I've been having.
That fat ass? I don't know. What's coming new from him? Maybe more cholesterol nodules. And I don't know. He's still doing the same BS. Why? You looking into him?
Well, I hear he's got a new windfall going on. Maybe he's trying to get enough money to get his stomach stapled. You know?
I know. I should try and keep my distance from him. He's cooking up something, I know, though. I mean, there's talks within the mob as far as him, I don't know, elevating his status.
Okay.
Won't say what, but apparently he says he's got a golden goose.
Okay. Do you know what kind of eggs it's laying?
Nope, but I can guarantee you this. That piece of work, what's her name? Betty. Golly. She's fine to look at, but man, she is straight up poison.
No.
Yeah, he's been using her to, I think, honeypot somebody.
All right, that's good to know.
Why are you looking into him?
Just you know me. I hear things.
Yeah, you hear things, and then stuff happens after you hear things.
Hey, it's a two-way street. I help you too.
Oh, listen. I got no love for Levi. He's a dirtbag that I don't care for. The sooner he's out of the way, more from me. But what do you want to know on him?
Well, I think you've told me enough. Other than you got something juicy you can share. I mean, you mentioned he's got a new golden goose. What's an angle I can come in? What's a soft spot that I can touch on him?
Well, certainly you can't seduce him. You got the wrong equipment.
You underestimate me, my friend. You underestimate me, but fine.
Yeah, well,
Come on, everybody cares about something, even me.
Well, lately, supposedly, he's been, I don't know if this is true or not. They say he's become somewhat religious.
Oh.
I don't know if it's a scam or what.
There a particular church he goes to?
I didn't ask that much. As soon as I heard that, I about spit my coffee through my nose.
Oh, hey.
So.
Well, Lynn, appreciate the time. You can always, that I will somewhat return these favors when I can.
Yeah, one day I need to collect on that.
Cool.
So, but word of the wise, be careful around him. He don't play. And his guys are always strapping with plenty of ammunition. So.
Appreciate the heads up.
Yep. Take care.
Stay frosty.
Yep. So, you guys just gonna do anything else that afternoon while she's doing her diving on Betty?
I'll check the weapons.
I assume
he's got laying around.
I will, when we're together, share that with everyone. So
they're good. They're adequate. They'll do the job. Were you gonna ask
I'm
something?
Assuming it won't take all day for me to get the car. It wasn't that far away.
And
okay.
Yeah, it takes you like 15 minutes to get down there, and about another 30 minutes to do a thorough inspection, make sure things are running good and looking, bolted right. And it's an impressive vehicle. They've taken care of it. Whoever took care of it.
Okay, then I'll bring it back over.
Okay. So, Grace, basically that afternoon, gets your photo IDs and finishes making the IDs for your cover and updates information in there. So when they go to check it, you guys come up as legitimate people for this job for the Defense Logistics Agency. Okay?
All right, and if it's not too late in the afternoon, we're all going to go get some cheap business wear, the kind that federal and government type people wear.
J.C. Penney's, yes.
Yes.
All right. All shades of either dark blue or black.
That's right. They only reserve gray for the IRS.
So, okay. So you guys get that and come on back and probably get some takeout for dinner. And Grace tells you that she has you guys scheduled to be there tomorrow morning, bright and early, 8 a.m. So they'll be expecting you guys.
I'm half paying attention to the food, so this is why I figure lockdown messes with my food sometimes because I'm just kind of like this, grabbing and eating while I'm typing one-handed, and sometimes I'm holding on to the the fork or the chopsticks with my mouth while I do that, and then take it down and do that again. And hold
no, yeah. I slip a used cigarette butt in.
Oh, Lord.
Lockdown, I am going to destroy your credit.
I don't know how it could get any worse than it is now.
Pretty much bottomed out.
It's already ruined.
Next time he does that, I'm going to make a wanted poster for him. He's going to be a wanted man. Then I'm going to get in trouble with the factory for that.
Yeah, probably so. Okay, so
make the reward high.
Okay, so you finish by the time you're finishing your dinner, you're finishing up your information on Betty. And Betty, she's had trouble with the law off and on. Picked up for prostitution. She picked up for selling small-time amounts of drugs.
Mm-hmm.
A few fights here and there. I mean, she has just got every cliche, trailer park stripper bio by the book there.
Okay. Who's her pimp?
Well, she's had various different ones. Okay. And most recently, it seems like the past three had met their maker from various different ways. She got out of that, started stripping, And as far as if there's any prostitution that she got busted for, no links to any kind of current people, but there is the flashes of when she got busted, Levi would bail her out.
And this is consistent that Levi's been bailing her out for a long time?
Since she was 16.
And then her pimp or whoever she was working for at the time would mysteriously turn up dead shortly after, I take it?
Yep.
Okay. I send it off to their cell phones.
Okay.
And she's
Sloppy.
And she's how old now?
She's 28 years old now.
Well, it doesn't play with the. I talked to someone that knows Levi a little bit, and he said that he's using Betty to honeypot someone. But it sounds like if he's been using that's a relationship longer than a honeypotting relationship. Typically, like that's a long time they've known each other.
Who's he? And who's she honeypotting? Did he say?
No. Just that he thinks Levi's using it to do that, but it could be the captain. But 16 years old, I think that 12 years is a long time.
Maybe they're related in some way.
Yeah.
No, recently he said he's recently been using her to honeypot somebody.
Yeah. He also said something else, which I'm fishing for, but to trigger on, but I'm not getting it, so I'm not going to use it.
Well, I did.
You didn't get that part from Betty, though.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, I'm not going to get what I'm looking for. The piece of information that I heard him get.
He also said that he thinks that Levi's found religion. That's what he's heard.
That's really absurd.
Not entirely if he's using the religion as a front for one of his businesses.
Yeah, that's...
Or, someplace to store his stuff, something like that.
And the last piece I got with it, he's got a new golden goose. Wouldn't tell me what kind of legs it's saying, but he's got something kind of... He's looking to move up, and he thinks the golden goose will get him there.
Maybe that's why he's using her as a honeypot now, rather than not using her before, because he didn't have he didn't have an option before, and he didn't know about this before.
Well, but we're talking Levi versus the captain. There's a triangle here, and we don't see all the sides.
From what you guys know, is you've been able to determine on social media that Betty has been seen out and about with the captain.
And we know that there's a long history with Levi. So as far as I'm concerned, she's honeypotting the captain, and that's the information that I'm sending the group.
He
basically
probably thinks it's love, but Betty and Levi might be using him for whatever purposes.
Yeah.
I assume Betty has a lot of social media pages.
Oh yeah, it's pretty much the fish lips, the cutoff T-shirt, the really tight shorts that you need two haircuts for, if you get what I mean. So I mean, she's pretty much trying to troll for whatever she can get, whoever can give her whatever. She uses guys like she uses credit cards, and they give it to her. So she definitely works that angle, and it's all about me. So
okay. I want to look into the military base. I'm going to start hacking into their computer systems because there's a few questions I want to ask about that.
It's less of a base, more of just a depot,
Okay. I want to hack into their records and their computer systems.
Okay, that one's gonna be a little bit challenging. So, roll your hacking. Okay.
Sure. Can I backdoor this?
You can, yes.
Hey, auto success.
Okay, so you're gonna do that. Okay, so yeah, this one here, probably some dated information they have as far as keeping things up, so you can get in there fairly easy. There's not a whole lot. It's pretty much what exactly are you looking for? Let me ask you that.
Okay. So even depots would need to use key cards. So yes. I'm checking into the captain's key cards. I want to see basically usage patterns of the key cards in and out. I want to get inventory manifests for the last few months because my guess is that things are going to not match up with the manifests, and I'm going to be sending all of that data over to my party onto their tablets. And by the way, go ahead.
Well, you can get that information, but really to properly make sure it's right, it means you're actually going to have to compare that with an actual physical audit of things as well too.
That's the plan.
Which
not just a physical audit, but actually go and look at it physically is my intention. We're going to go look at it, but I want that manifest now. I also want key card access information.
I want you to do me a favor. I want you to roll your hacking. Go back to that again, but add your willpower to this.
Sure. And by the way, just for the record, the way that I have used your guys' tablets and phones, I totally upgraded the cards. Okay. That's an 8 is my high that time. So 8 plus 3, I think, is my willpower. So that is 11.
Okay.
Because I abuse your guys' cell phones, clearly.
One thing that you do kind of come across, there's a certain classification of some weapons that they had there,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a really top-level clearance. And that's back about 4 years ago when they last had it, and the staff and everything was a little bit more upscale and protected.
Mm-hmm.
But supposedly since then they've gotten rid of, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And so it's been all kind of scaled down. But there's also like a lot of bills for disposal of things, payment towards metal companies that melt down metals, stuff like that. So it seems like there's been a lot of expenditure towards that. But as far as if it's accurate or not, you're not sure until, like I said, you get there and actually do the auditing of these things. But it seems like they send things here to hold on to them for a while before they destroy them or get rid of them.
Okay.
So
things that are lined up for the furnace aren't going to be making it to the furnace. Is the way that it's looking. Okay.
Hard to tell. That's a potential scam.
Yep, that's a potential scam. So I'm going to send that supposition and possibility over as well, and the proof of that.
What I'm trying to get to is the thing they had before that was like a high scale.
Mm-hmm.
You get the funny feeling that they were holding, VX gas there. Before.
Okay.
Nerve gas.
Yep, nerve gas.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
I red flagged this.
They don't anymore. That was 4 years ago. Was the last they had any of it.
What was the classification of what happened to it? Was it destroyed, or what was the?
It was destroyed.
Okay, it was supposedly destroyed.
Yes.
Okay. Where was it destroyed?
It has like a facility probably over in Tennessee. We'll say.
Okay.
So, and you can actually find the
destroy that
records.
stuff. You got to send it to a specially certified incinerator. To be perfectly honest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It does. Okay.
Yeah, you can't just dump it down someone to shoot and turn on, burn. So that's what you find out. Now, it's getting probably late at night. You guys are probably a little tired from before earlier when you're doing the mountaineering, driving up here and doing all this.
Look.
Well, maybe not so much you, but everyone else might be getting tired.
You're the one that gave me that many energy drinks and energy bars, and that's what apparently I subside on.
Oh, yeah.
Let's say we want to crash out here at Grace's place, or do we want to go find somewhere else?
I look over at Grace
How does
thoughtfully.
Grace feel about that?
I
examine Grace carefully.
She just looks at you and shakes. I ain't that cold tonight.
All right, I'm gonna go somewhere else.
If it's a nice luxurious sedan, I'm gonna go sleep out in that.
Oh, it's pretty big, yeah. So
okay, back seat for me.
Back seat for you, okay.
Okay. I'll take up a little corner and bunk out, and by bunking out, I mean it sounds like I have a severe case of insomnia, and because I'll probably sleep 2 or 3 hours with the amount of energy drink I drink.
You're probably on the couch just with your laptop like this until you just get sleepy and close it and fall asleep right there.
Yep.
Are there extra beds or not?
Yeah, she has 3 extra bedrooms. It's a double wide.
All right, then sure. Crash in one of the bedrooms.
Okay. All right, so night goes by. You guys wake up in the morning, have to get dressed and ready and look like you're ready for work, okay? And I guess y'all gonna hop in the sedan and roll on over there?
Yep.
Okay.
I want to actually check into the GPS and how new is the sedan?
It's about 6 years old.
6 years old. Okay, so it's got some smart systems, not a lot of smart systems, but it's got some smart systems.
Not much, but yeah. It's pretty much rolled out of the factory with no bells and whistles.
Okay.
Yeah.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to link up the GPS on the car to my laptop.
Okay. Gotcha. All right, so who's driving you guys there?
I'll drive.
Well, okay, you take it this time.
All right, so lock down your driving. And it doesn't take you long to get there because this is just on the outskirts as well, too. It's probably like a 20-minute drive. And there's a few other cars coming in and a few other cars leaving. Okay. And you have the gate, and you have the guard there. You guys pull up, ask for your IDs, hand them all into him. He looks at them, looks at his thing. He says, "Okay, all right. You are gonna report to Private Miller. Tells you where to
Captain
find him.
Miller?
Private Miller.
Oh, Private Miller.
Private Miller.
Oh, I did want to do one thing on my way over. I want to hack
Sorry.
the.
Yeah, sorry. This still kind of creates some issues. I shouldn't name that guy Miller, okay? So we'll say
Baker.
Dalton.
Baker.
Dalton. Baker. Okay, Baker. Fine. Private Baker. Okay.
Private Baker.
Right now.
I actually wanted to do something real quick on my way in while we're driving. I want to upgrade my access card. At the badge that they gave me, I want to upgrade the RFID on it when they scan it to give me more access.
Okay. Roll your hacking again.
Sure. 13.
Okay, no problem. No problem. All right. So, yeah, Private Baker you guys are sent over to, okay?
Mhm.
And he's over at the administration building. Administration building essentially is a one-story building, old cinder block, military-style type office. And you guys pull right up there. You see a few men in uniform kind of walking by, look at you guys, and obviously you guys look like civilians, you know, wearing your suits, and they're kind of wondering what's going on. And you see a few Jeeps and trucks moving here and there, coming and going. And you guys gonna get out and go inside?
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
Now, question: did any of you guys bring weapons on you or not?
I did.
I brought my roll of quarters.
Okay. Anybody else? No.
No.
Okay,
No.
just make sure. All right. So you guys go inside, and you see this man who's probably in his late 20s, early 30s, and got the private status on there. And you see Miller says on or Baker, I mean, and sees you guys like, oh, you here to do the inspections?
That's the plan
Oh,
anyway.
yeah. Totally.
All right. Well, so where do you want to start first? You want to actually look at the warehouse, or you want to look at
Let's-
paper records, or what?
Let's start with the records. Actually, I'll start with the records. The rest of you guys can go on ahead and carry on.
Sure.
I want to
So-
look at the warehouse where things are stored because I've got a digital manifest. I want to match it to, and he's got a
Okay.
as a reminder, he has a digital manifest that he can match the records to. Everyone
Which
does.
is what I'm going to do.
Okay, so you need to look at the paper records. Okay, and you need to look at the actual items itself. The rest of you guys, what about the rest of you guys?
I'm going to go to the warehouse, too.
As we're walking, though, I'm gonna talk to the private. We're not gonna find anything out of where, right, private? Says ship.
He says,
Everything ship shape, right?
I'm sure it's fine, yeah.
I grin at him real big. I'm going to use intimidation.
I was going to use interrogation, but I'll let lockdown do his thing.
I've been in prison too long, kind of stare down, you know?
Yep.
Okay, I gotcha.
So would this be intimidation plus charisma?
Actually, intimidation plus strength.
Strength. All right. Works even better.
You're imposing. You're a big fellow.
10 total.
Yeah, let me roll his willpower. Let's see. Well, he's had some pretty tough DIs, so he kind of looks at you and just smiles and realizes you're basically, you know, trying to test him out. He's like, yeah, right this way, fellas.
I like this one.
So he takes you over to the paper area. Okay, so who's staying at the paper records? Just you, right? Okay.
Just me.
All right. So Ghost is going to stay there. The rest of you guys are going to where the actual physical warehouse is.
Mhm.
So he takes you outside this building, across the driveway, and there's this big warehouse. And bay doors are already open. See a handful of young men there who are, well, I wouldn't say exactly doing their job, more kind of like piddling around doing their job, taking their time, taking one crate off, putting it over here, chewing the fat. They see you guys come inside and look you up and down, and they see Private Baker, and they stand a little bit more at attention, but not too much. They don't seem to be afraid of him. He says they're here to do the inspection, so if they need anything, just they'll ask you. So if you guys need them to move something, know where something is, they can help you out, okay? So,
Okay.
so
So, for Jimmy and for Lockdown, do I know if you two know your weapons and such?
You know that I can just about pick up anything and use it as a weapon.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah,
wondering
go
if you
assist.
if basically you can tell the difference between AR, an AR blah 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 to versus a whatever gun. Can you tell the difference between the different weapons? Do I
What's
know
your
that?
firearm skill? Or your pistols or rifle?
All right, let me look. I've got 3d8 in pistols.
Okay.
2d8 for me.
Yeah, you guys are knowledgeable.
Okay, because I have 2d8 as well. So
Okay.
if I can
Yeah.
trust them with that, then I've got something else I want to do. So I'm gonna slink away as soon as basically they start getting the attention of the people.
Basically, he introduced you to Danson and Jefferson. So he says these two will be your liaisons here, so they can point you in the direction. And Danson's like, "Yep." So I guess you're gonna be counting how many pistols of this and how many bullets of this and all that stuff, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
All right. Well, here's a clipboard. This here starts with those crates over there. So you can figure it out and work your way on down. We'll be right over here. Okay.
Okay, is Private Miller still there, or did he leave?
I mean Baker. Probably Baker left already.
Yeah, Baker. Yeah, sorry.
He's
Private
heading
Baker.
on back.
Okay. I turn and look at both of the soldiers that we have here,
The new recruits, you can tell.
the new recruits. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, how would you boys like to take a little break?
What do you got in mind?
I give them enough to go get a beer apiece, and I go, make yourself scarce for a little bit, maybe an hour or two.
So, what's your persuasion?
Let's see. I've got
I don't think you have persuasion.
I've got fast talk.
Well, that's a lie. Fast talks are lies.
Okay.
So,
Well, I see him talking. I said, what my friend here is suggesting is that you go get us maybe all a little refreshment. Maybe take your time.
what's your persuasion?
2d10.
For all that, add your charisma.
Oh, thank goodness.
You have a low target number. It's only a 7.
And I'm even lower because I have stunning good looks.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
Which is, it's only minus 1 to social. And, it's better when I'm trying to do other things later in the scenario, maybe.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm at a 13.
Oh, yeah. Well, all right. About how long? Hour? 2?
Yeah, lockdown an hour's enough.
Maybe an hour and a half. Let's meet him in the middle.
Sure. All right. We'll throw us under the bus in case they come asking questions, although I doubt it. Captain's probably sleeping one off in his office.
That happens a lot.
Well, I hear he's got some young thing. The guy's like, yeah, how much is he paying her by the hour for that? He couldn't score that normally anyways.
This is the captain married before? Or this kind of is,
Who? Miller? Captain Miller?
Yeah.
He ain't married. He's just got some woman who, well, I think he thinks is love, but you take one look at her and one look at him and there's something going on, okay?
Okay. I know what you're saying.
Yeah. It's beyond the 2-point ratio. You've heard of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's about a 2, and she's easily a 10. So, it ain't love. It's something. So, yeah. All right, well, we'll go take a long break, get some coffee. Don't get too bored here.
Okay.
So they take off.
Okay. Now that we're free,
Yes.
let's go see if we can find something that's not supposed to be here or that's really missing. Something they wouldn't want us to be.
You're actually going to search the entire warehouse to see what shouldn't be here.
Right.
Or what's missing. I'm going to also ask that you guys check for what is missing that should be there.
Well, that would actually involve going over the manifest, going over the everything in detail, which would take days to do. Meanwhile, Ghost. So you're brought to the paper record area, which is pretty much files and files and files and files and files, just all there. And you got one clerk who's at the front of it, who's busy stamping things, putting there, cataloging things, just sees you and just lets you do your thing, doesn't even ask you any questions.
Hey,
Yeah?
Where's the most recent records at?
That would be in the front right over here, he says.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll go over there and pull the last month or two's inventory records.
Okay.
And then I'll start cross-referencing them from what I got from Haywire.
Well, so you're kind of looking over it. Make your observation roll. What's your willpower?
Okay. A 6 plus a willpower of 3 is 9.
Okay. It looks like what's on there is matched up with here. Matter of fact, it looks almost identical.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, whatever's being presented, it's shown here in the paperwork.
Okay. Next, we're going to compare delivery records.
Now, what'd you make for your observation roll?
9.
9. You notice that each of these have been authorized and signed off by Captain Miller. Now, you're former military, right?
Yes.
And you know that somebody like him would not be signing off on this. He'd get some other lower grade to sign off on these things.
Okay.
So either he
Let's
got
go
really
back.
bored and decided to get involved,
Mm-hmm.
or he's doing something to cover certain tracks.
Well, let's go back a few months and see if he was doing it then.
Okay. Okay. So you go back, make another observation roll.
9 again.
Okay.
That's kind of crazy.
3 months, yes. Beyond that, no.
Beyond that, it was somebody else doing the work.
Hmm?
Was it the same person, or was it just rotating?
Before then, it was Montgomery, the guy up here, the front right here.
The clerk, or
the clerk that you've been talking to up here.
Okay.
Montgomery is his name. He was doing it before then.
Okay, what was his rank?
He's private
rank?
also. He's also private.
A private?
Yes, sir.
About 3 months ago, you were the one who was double checking his inventory, and now all of a sudden, Captain Miller seems to be doing it.
Rolls his eyes. Yeah, he's
Something
doing it
come
now.
up?
Hell if I know. All I know is I've been doing this crap detail. 3 months ago, he starts taking interest in wanting to sign off and everything, and then file the paperwork himself. I'm like, maybe he's bored. I don't know. It's less for me to do.
I realize as a captain and that you're a private. Did he give you an explanation?
Nope. He was offering to take some work from me, and I didn't think twice about it.
All right.
So, honestly, it makes my life a lot easier here right now. I mean, I don't have to do much at all.
Nobody's audited it since then,
We get audited every year, you know.
Okay.
But that's why you guys are here, right?
Right. Okay, let's see. These are, let's say, I was looking at inventory records. Are there disposal records here? Stuff that was sent for
that's over there, he says. That's the disposal. And
you've been doing those too?
Past 3 months, yeah. Anything that gets the final sign-off usually comes across for me to do that. Then I give it to him afterwards, but he says taking care of that. So, you know, like I said,
I don't want to tie up game time with it, but I'm going to have him describe to me the process that he normally went through when he got done with that.
And it's pretty boring, and it's, you know, but it's the type of thing that you can tell that if he's trying to hide something, then him stepping in and doing that is very, very suspicious.
Okay.
So,
is there anybody else around when he does that? Or is it just...
No.
You didn't have anybody helping you out, right? You just had to inventory it manually and then send it out?
Yeah.
All right.
He takes the stuff
does he work with anybody specifically when he does this?
If so, he hasn't told me. I don't think so.
Okay. Same company that takes it for disposal, or is that a government truck?
No, we send it off to them. It gets shipped to them.
To who?
Mountainside. It's a company. Mountainside,
okay.
Yeah. They basically, you know, help us destroy things. They have a contract. And,
right.
They've been doing it for, past 5 years, I guess.
Okay. That anywhere around here, or is that somewhere else?
It's 2 hours from here.
Okay.
It's over in Tennessee.
Got it. All righty. Well, thanks for clearing that up for me, because quite frankly, I'm new at this, so might as well learn it.
It's okay.
It's okay. Thanks for your help, Montgomery.
Sure. So meanwhile, you guys were inside looking at the warehouse, right? So
those two are, I'm doing something else.
Yeah, what were you doing again?
Oh, I'm going to go find the captain's office, and because I have photographic memory, so I'm going to go and speed through. Basically, I'll just quickly photograph as many files as I can into my brain and come back.
So you're going to the captain's office, you said, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna stealth in and go through his files, look through them really quick, remember it all, and come back.
Well, you get to his office,
Deal with them first.
and, well, okay. So you guys go over to the, I guess, searching the whole place to see what might be hidden then, right?
Actually, well, what I'm going to look for is warehouses collect dust like crazy.
Oh, yes.
So let's find the place with the least amount of dust.
Well, that would be the main thoroughfare, of course.
Well, I mean, on the, you know what I mean? Like, if there's something that's less buildup, what's been moved a lot?
Okay, make an observation roll. Plus your willpower.
That is a 10.
10, okay. All right, recently there's been like a lot of activity towards some sidearms, some pistols. Fair amount of that. And when you go to check those boxes and crates out, do you have military sciences?
I do not know.
Okay, make an observation roll.
Unless Lockdown's got anything like that. I know he's
No.
Mr. Combat Ready over there.
Yeah, his is street combat ready.
another 10.
Okay. Another 10, okay.
I just look at him when he says that to me. He says,
You can tell on these boxes, they have like them in rows, and there's like a row below it. And when you open it up and look at it, it looks like it's fine, but you can see just beyond it, the lower below racks, I guess you can say, there's like a pistol missing here, a pistol missing there. You go to this crate, same thing. Go to this crate here. So it's like more like at a glance, it looks like you have the right amount, but you don't.
Okay.
And it seems like it's systematically just kind of taken.
how many boxes are like that?
Well, so far you've hit 10, and you're not done yet.
And it's 2 pistols missing from each one.
Well, some are 2, some are 4, some are even 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are the guns?
So far, by the time you're actually done counting some of the boxes up, and you're not even done with everything, you've already come across 50 pistols that are missing.
Yeah. Old guns, no bullets kill people as well as new ones do. And this stuff, I'm assuming it's easy to file numbers off, etc., etc.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Easy to lose.
Yes.
What caliber are the pistols?
Well, right now, the ones you've been looking at are basically just 45 caliber.
Okay.
Now, that's just that. There's other things you could be looking at. There's a whole warehouse here full of stuff. So, yeah.
Well,
Meanwhile, at the captain's office, you arrive there, and the captain's inside his office. He's at his desk, and you see him kind of like this, just kind of looking over. Looks like he's looking at his phone. I mean, he's literally just kind of, just got his phone up and just kind of.
I'm going to text his phone. I'm going to spoof it so that it looks like it's coming from Betty Norton, and I'm going to basically I'm breaking Caleb there. I'm basically sending him a hot text saying I need to see him now. Meet at the usual place.
Oh man!
I figured that's what you're about to do.
How are you saying it exactly? I need to know.
No, this is PG-13. I am not doing that.
You what?
This is PG-13. I am not doing that.
No. I'm not. I mean, are you trying to make it saucy? Where
I'm trying to make it hot. Yeah.
Okay. He's like, okay. So
I'm trying to get him riled up so that he does not want to. He won't be able to wait.
What's your character's seduction?
I don't have any seduction, except I have 2d8 because educated once per game session you can use a skill that you have no training in with 2d8.
There you go. You probably remember reading something somewhere about certain things.
50 Shades of Grey. Sure.
Right, well, this worked here.
Let's be honest. She's reading Jimmy's text. Is what's happening.
Sure.
Yeah, it's probably might have been like. I remember Jimmy did this one time.
Yep.
All right, so go ahead and roll that. Add your charisma.
Okay, I rolled a 7 and a 4, so the 7 plus 3 is 10. Charisma is 10.
Okay, it's believable, it's passable. Nothing like what the heck. So yeah, you definitely get a reaction, and he immediately texts back, "On my way."
Okay. I'll make myself scarce so he doesn't see me nearby, and I'll let him get out of the office.
Oh, he
books it.
grabs keys and hauls ass out of there. Okay, So he just tells the clerk there. He says, "I'll be back later." Takes off.
I should point out there's certain groups that don't let me play hackers anymore.
Yeah.
Caleb's nodding like, oh my gosh, I see why.
I was thinking that too. I thought I would never let her play as a hacker in any game I run ever.
All right. So obviously,
Because
the
I
office
know
is
the
open.
thought process a little too well.
Now he does have an assistant out there in front, so you have to walk past him. Unless, of course, you're gonna. I mean, are you gonna try and wait till he gets up and walks away to sneak in, or what?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
gonna wait for the guy to take a bathroom trip or go file papers and such.
5 minutes after he leaves, the guy gets up, grabs a pack of smokes, and just goes outside, grabs his phone. He don't care.
I figured.
You really get the feeling that this base is just gone to hell in a handbasket because they're pretty much doing whatever they want here, almost. Like I said, not so much a base as it's a depot. So you step inside his office. You see pictures of Betty on his desk. Okay.
Okay.
And a couple pictures of him and her, and you can tell he's smitten. So, all right. So, what are you looking for?
I want to go through his just everything that I can. Go through his personal stuff first.
Okay. Make an observation roll plus your willpower.
Sure. Plus my willpower, that's a 7.
Okay. He's got kind of there ain't a whole lot he has sitting around here. It seems like once he has something, he kind of sweeps it aside and gets rid of it type thing. He does have a stack of papers, and you can tell that they are the ones for, okay, here's what we're disposing of. And here's how much it's supposed to be. And you're seeing 2 different sets that are mirroring each other.
Of numbers?
Where, okay, here's what is real, and here's what I'm presenting them. And when I'm presenting them, well, obviously there's some things missing.
Okay.
So he's cooking the books.
Yep. Take a bunch of pictures of it.
He's got a few pages where he's been doing the altering and stuff like that, producing new paperwork for it. And he has a shredder right there, and it looks like it's been kind of busy lately. Okay. But also looking through his desk, you also see quite a few matchbooks from a place called. I was gonna say something. We're gonna keep it in PG-13.
Yes.
We'll just call it Lulu's.
Go ahead, Lulu's.
Gentleman's club.
There's a gentleman's club in the city that Brandon and I live in that we drive by to go to the comic book store, and it's called The Office.
Okay. Wonder what they're filing there.
Yeah. On occasion we've seen people standing by the door, and we're all like, I never want to go near that place.
I'm gonna have that suit. So anyway, so yeah, it's place called Lulu's. Okay. Obviously a gentleman's club. Got a fair amount of matchbooks for there. Okay. And you remember actually seeing that name pop up across your investigation when you're doing on Levi and also for Betsy, that it's one of the clubs that he owns. Okay. That Levi owns.
Not surprised.
And one that Betty has worked at before. So, yes. And, a dancer. So, yeah.
I'm going to take pictures. I don't know if you can if you think my sat phone or my computer. I mean, I'm going to take use the built-in computer camera or whatnot to do. Well, I'm a freaking hacker. I probably would have it, and I could also set up a scan software, that scanning software for scanning pages to have it show up pretty nice. So basically take picture evidence of the doctored books and all, and then I'm going to sneak out of there. And just get as much of that as I can. And I also have photographic memory, so I'll remember all of this. So I want to take a look basically through his entire office.
Okay. So you're doing that. That's pretty much almost everything you find there. Okay. No, actually, there is one thing you probably do find. Make another observation roll.
6.
Okay. You find something about it's a receipt for actually a U-Haul big truck rental, and it's for tomorrow morning.
Awesome. I will note that, and I will get the frick out of that office.
Okay. Yeah, because the guy's coming back for his cigarette break. So meanwhile, you guys back in the warehouse. What else are you guys doing?
Well,
Keep looking, or are you looking around elsewhere?
well, we looked in the pistol boxes.
Mm-hmm.
There any body armor?
If you look in the thing there, yeah, you can find where the body armor is.
All right, I want to see if any of that's missing too. Just want to see how well equipped.
That's missing as well too. Yep.
Oh, great! All right, so
Not as much. That's not as much on that one there.
any explosives?
Hand grenades missing. Yes. Even some RPGs missing.
C4.
C4 missing. Yep.
This gets better and better.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. Any light machine guns, rifles?
Yeah, rifles, assault rifles.
Okay. All right. Well, are we talking bolt action? Anything that a sniper would use, or are we talking a semi-automatic like an AR? Not AR, but an M16 or
like M16. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. More like that.
All right. Any M4?
Not as much.
Okay. Still, they got grenade launchers too on top of that. That's just great.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
40 millimeter grenades as well. Missing. So meanwhile, Ghost.
Yep.
So are you going to continue on there? Or are you going to leave?
I got one more thing to look up. They should have vehicle records here somewhere.
Yep, sure do.
Everybody's got to have a parking permit to come on here.
Transportation logs. Yep.
Yep. So I'm going to reference through that, and I'm going to try to find Captain Miller's license plate number and vehicle description.
Oh yeah, you get that. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what parking area has he registered for?
Well, I mean, obviously the base
Do
here.
they have it for just the whole depot, or do they have specific areas where people can park?
Well, officers, of course, have their specific areas they,
right.
designated to.
Okay. So find out where that is.
Well, his designated spot is right in front of his office, because it's they have his office is separate from everybody else's. It's another one story cinder block thing that he shares with a few other ranking people.
Okay.
And,
but I've got his car and his license plate number, and through Haywire we can get anything else we need to get.
Yep.
Okay.
So
that's
you
all
guys.
I need.
Oh, by the way, something I did forget to mention. You guys do have what they call subvocal earpieces. They look like miracle ears, and they have a 25-mile radius. So you can literally kind of just do a light talking, and you can open up a channel for everyone to hear. Okay. So you guys can actually communicate with each other. So.
Okay, that's not listed in my inventory.
Yeah, I apologize. I forgot to put it on there.
Oh, no problem. Well, in that case, the party would have heard me say, jackpot! Jackpot!
What was that? I'm actually making the static sound.
Jackpot! I found what we need. I even found the next shipment information.
That's good. We found a lot of stuff missing here. It looks like they're equipping a army.
Yeah, doesn't surprise me. Paperwork looks
Speaking of equipping an army, just in case no one brought weapons with them, correct? Have any of us?
I said I brought mine.
I've got a roll of quarters.
Well, also too, remember Grace offered you guys, some weapons as well too, just in case you needed them.
I also said I brought mine because I upgraded my weapon.
I just didn't have any on me.
Yeah, I didn't think they'd appreciate civilians coming on their base with weapons.
I said I brought my weapons on base with me because I made that comment after saying that I hacked into my card and upgraded my status.
But anyway, me and Lockhart are here with some unintended weapons. How long would it take Jimmy to grab a couple of pistols, a couple of clips, and an extra clip each?
About this long.
There. I'll hand one to Lockdown, just in case.
Yeah, sure. All right. So I'll grab a 45, slap a magazine in there, chamber around.
Yeah, same, and I'll take an extra clip and one for him just in case.
All right, I take the magazine from him.
Yeah. Myself as well. Do my best to conceal it upon my person.
All right. So, are you guys gonna try and meet back up together then?
Yep.
Yeah,
where are you gonna meet up at?
I'm just gonna tell everybody I'm going back to the car.
Okay. So you guys gotta go back to the
car. By the way, we make sure to pull those guns from the bottom.
Yes.
And then carefully put the lid back on.
Protocol, right?
Yeah.
Right.
We know the system now.
Yes.
It's so complex. All right, so you guys meet back up at the car, okay? And you see Danson and Jefferson heading back to the warehouse with their coffees and just kind of laughing and just shooting the breeze. So
A wave.
Yep.
they wave back. So what you guys gonna do?
Well,
Those two guys weren't part of the process for getting the stuff out of here, right? I mean, they're not people that Miller has to work with in order to process this stuff out, right?
Come again?
The two guys in the warehouse, are they any part of the disposal process that I reviewed with Montgomery back in the office?
They are part of it, yes.
Okay. So they're like loaders or something like that who work with Miller.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
so when we start meeting up, and as I start leaving the office, I'm going to tell everyone.
Okay.
I'm save game time. I'm going to basically tell everyone what I found, and I'm also going to tell them, and I'm going to go LoJack that high U-Haul.
Okay, where is that at?
Trying to find out right now. That's my
Well,
next
the
task.
U-Haul right now is at the U-Haul
Right.
pickup site because he picks up tomorrow morning.
Yep.
Okay.
But I want to LoJack that U-Haul that he's going to be borrowing, that he's going to be renting out.
Gotcha.
Actually, I want to do something a little more to that U-Haul than just load jacket.
You want to rig it to blow up?
No, just
Oh.
a really inconvenient flat tire to get him to stop somewhere.
I actually, part of that LoJack, I was going to do something similar, but I wasn't going to make it a flat tire because I don't want the flat tire to go off too soon. But so because if we give him a flat tire when he's coming straight out of the base,
you can low jack him and like interfere with the electronics inside the engine, that works too. Whatever gets him to stop.
That's my intention, but because we don't want him to stop coming right out of borrowing, right?
No. I'd have it on a radio detonator. We'd be shadowing him.
Oh, well, you go for it. You do that thing. If you've got a way to do that, awesome.
Okay, well, I need to know which one it is, and then we need to get access to the facility where it's being parked at right now.
That would be at the U-Haul place.
Mm-hmm.
So,
okay, well, we need to go there, and while we're doing that, Haywire, if you can look up an outfit called Mountainside, which is in Tennessee, about 2 hours from here,
I will look that up.
and see if our dear friend Levi has any connections out that way.
Okay.
So maybe you could work with. Oh, my brain is not working today.
Photographic memory. I've already looked into Levi. In his background, does he have connection with that group?
No, he does not.
Okay. I can only tell. I can only tell you that Levi doesn't have access with that group or any connections, not directly, at least. I looked through his stuff
outfit.
heavily. Good question. Looking.
We want to know
U-Haul.
if
Levi has any connections with U-Haul?
Nope.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you were going to say if Mountainside has any connections with U-Haul. That's what I was going to look into.
So you want him to get a specific like he's renting an actual van, not a trailer?
It's one of those big trucks.
Okay.
So,
Panel truck.
Panel truck, cool.
bigger than that, like like you're moving like a small apartment.
Semi?
No, not quite that big. Like you're moving a small apartment.
It's a moving truck.
Yeah,
moving truck. Got it.
Yeah.
What time's he
Not a
scheduled to
huge
pick it
one,
up?
but a smaller one.
Mhm.
Tomorrow
What
morning,
time
8 o'clock. 8 a.m.
Okay. Do we care if he sees us?
He recognize you?
No, just do we care if he sees us?
Miller hasn't seen us yet. He just knows
No,
we're
but
here.
do we care if he sees us?
I don't care, but I did have one question for you, Mickey.
Yes.
Since I went and combed through all his records in his office, how long has he been fixing the books, doctoring the books, as far as I could tell?
3 months.
Only 3 months?
Well, what I'm saying is I could probably talk my way into the U-Haul as a out-of-town inspection and just make sure that he gets the keys for whatever truck you fix.
That sounds like a plan.
Sounds good to me.
Let's talk to Grace and see if we can't get some credentials just to back it up.
Okay. So call her up. She says, so you guys having fun at the depot?
Yeah, we're done with the depot.
Okay. Any luck?
Quite a bit.
Good. So,
We're
going to try to catch him red-handed with it.
Okay. What do you need from me?
Well, right now we need vehicle inspector credentials for for the U-Haul place down here. So we're in Kentucky, so we need Kentucky um, vehicle inspection credentials.
For U-Haul,
Vehicle
you said?
inspector. Yeah, for the U-Haul place down here.
For all of you, or one of you, or what?
One for me and one for. God, I can never remember your name. I'm so
Hermes?
sorry.
No, it's okay.
Hermes.
Jimmy,
Yeah.
Hermes.
Jimmy, Hermes, the good-looking
Jimmy.
one. All three work.
All right. She says,
And then the Haywire, do you need it too, so you can low jack it, so we can track it?
Oh, I was just gonna make my own credentials, but sure.
Okay. Yeah.
Based-
maybe
while,
try
while,
for
he,
Haywire,
while he
too.
was asking them for credentials, I was honestly hacking mine.
she says, give me an hour. She says, come by the trailer here. I'll have them ready for you. Okay.
All right.
I'm backstopping mine.
Cool.
Okay. While you guys
Also,
are discussing
when you're looking into
this,
stuff,
make a observation roll, everybody, because you're out by the car
Yeah.
discussing this, right?
Well, hopefully we're in the car.
No, in the car,
discussing
Yeah.
in the
In
car
the car,
driving
okay.
away.
Oh, you're leaving. Okay, gotcha.
I don't see anything.
I don't see
I'm on a
anything.
10.
Oh.
I rolled a 4.
Observation and what? Intelligence?
Willpower.
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 Yeah.
9 again.
Okay, anyone get 7 or higher? So you did. Okay, so you're the only person who notices. And who's driving?
I think. Well, you were
Lockdown
driving
was-
last time. Pointing doesn't work, man.
Yeah.
I think Lockdown was driving, but I'm not sure.
Lockdown was driving when we
I was
came out
driving.
here.
Okay. Well, you notice, okay, at the gate, talking to the guard, you see, I'm having a brain fart. Betty or Betsy?
Betty Norton.
Betty.
Betty.
Yeah, Betty. You see Betty. She got her sunglasses on. She's talking to the guy, and he's kind of shaking his head and like that. And she's like, huh. So she pulls out her phone, just starts, dialing. You can see. So you can point that out to everybody else.
Yeah.
Okay, this is as you guys
Yeah.
are leaving. She's at the gate, I guess, wanting to come in and see her boyfriend, and guess he's telling her he's not here.
Oh boy. Oh well.
Hold on. Who's pointing this out?
I am.
Okay. I'm going to try and fast hack her phone and redirect it, intercept the call, and hand the phone over to Jimmy.
Okay, the professional.
I think I'm breaking Caleb tonight.
This ain't my forte, not my wheelhouse.
Jimmy is a professional con artist. I mean, come on. This is his
Yeah.
wheelhouse. I
He's
hacked
a-
the phone.
He's a black belt in shag fu.
Wow.
All right.
I figured
So
anyone.
first you have to hack to do
Yep.
this quickly.
Yes.
To do that, okay. So roll your hacking. Okay.
Sure.
Plus your intelligence. Okay.
Sure. I got a 10, so 14.
14,
I'd like
okay.
to also point out that I wasn't reminding you before, but my TNs are 1 lower because because of my equipment.
Okay, good. So you can quickly on the fly get in there, get that, snag it, and reroute it.
Yeah,
And
because
just
I already
quickly
had
hand
all
the phone
their.
over.
Yeah, because I
And
had
by
her
the time
phone
you do
number.
that, she's already texting like, "Where are you? Why did you leave? I thought we were gonna have lunch today." And so she hands the phone to you. So what are you gonna say?
Called away. Had to deal with this inspection stuff.
I'm going to pause you and just tell you at that point what I actually, as I start seeing you type, I'm going to pause you and tell you what I did in his office to get rid of him in case that changes what you do. If it doesn't change what you do, that's fine. But I will tell you that what I did at the office.
Okay. Yeah, I know what you're telling me, but that's gonna be like she didn't send that. So I'm not gonna
No, I
open the
know.
lie. I'm gonna buy us time.
That's fine. No, that's
Okay.
fine. Totally.
Yeah, basically had inspection stuff got in the way. Sorry, sweetheart. Meant to text you. I thought I'd be done in time. Make it up to you tonight.
Okay, roll your persuasion.
Persuasion.
No,
Okay.
actually, no. Fast talk because you're lying.
They're
Plus your
all
charisma.
they're all equally good.
Now you can't use your good looks thing
Nope,
because
nope.
she thinks you're him and he is not good looking.
So I can't remember if there's something when you roll double tens. I can't remember.
Okay, so you have D10s and you roll 2
No,
tens.
he rolled two
Yeah.
ten. Yeah, he rolled 2 10s.
Then you
I
got
have
a
three-
critical
I-
success.
So, yeah. And my willpower is a 14. So I got 7,
Okay.
10, 10.
You knock it out of the park. She believes the lie. She says, okay. She says, but everything's still a go for tomorrow morning, right?
Absolutely.
Because, that's where we're going to get our big money, honey. You know that.
Come by later tonight. Wear that little black number. You know the one.
Then, of course, it goes into such much more lewd stuff, okay?
Yeah.
And that's when you realize her seduction level is about on par with yours, okay? So...
Come on, guys, hold on.
She's
white trash. She's gonna...
She is playing him like a fiddle. That is what she is doing, by the way.
What were you saying?
She's white trash. It's gonna be the leopard number. Leopard print number. Leopard print number.
That's right, yeah.
We covered that she's white trash.
She's pretending it's love.
Yeah.
She's pretending it's love, so it's not going to be that cheap.
Okay.
It's getting zebra.
Zebra.
maybe tiger.
Classy.
So this guy, this captain, is he kind of like, hey baby, like that?
He's got the managerial bulge on him. At one time, he was probably pretty muscular, and then got one too many beers in his hand, and just got a little rounder, a little more complacent, a little more desk jockeying.
To be fair,
yes,
there is such thing as being sapiosexual, and there are some very attractive people that are attracted to very ugly people because of sapiosexualism. So
but when you research,
but white trash and white trash not going to happen. Yeah.
No, she's attracted to this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what can she get?
If I finish up with
I don't think his mind is very attractive either.
Yeah, probably not, based on what I've seen.
Once she has bought the lie, okay, Haywire, I gotta give me the thing, like it's coming from her number. We need to go back to him now, or this whole thing is blown.
Okay. I spoof it and do the reverse and hand him the phone.
I will send the apology. I will send the apology from her. Thought I could make it, couldn't do it. That I'll blame it on Levi. But tonight, got caught up at the club, had to help with something, because I'm assuming that's where they met. I'm going to try and sell that it's tied to the club.
Roll your fast talk.
13. You gave me all the 3 die 10s in these skills, Mickey.
I know.
Well, that's your thing.
Like computers are mine, 3D10s.
I need to know the rough details of what you're saying.
The rough details is, I'm sorry I missed the call. You thought I was coming. I thought I could make it. Stuff got in the way. I will make it up to you tonight at exactly the spot where I told her he was going to be.
And I'll wear that little black number.
Yeah, I'll wear that outfit you love.
Okay. So he says, okay. He says, well, I guess I'll head back to the office. I'll see you tonight.
Cool.
And he sends a selfie, and no one taught him how to shoot a good selfie, even though it's hard to get a good angle on him. So he looks a little more like, ugh.
Yeah.
I just lost my sex drive for the week there. Put it away.
No.
So,
once I feel he's bought it, I will hand the phone back and go, one day you will think that you know me.
All right. So where are you guys headed to now?
Heading back to Grace's. Yeah.
To pick up the ID and then go to U-Haul. Okay.
Yep.
So it's not a problem. You can go there, pick it up.
I'm going to change out of the suit and get into something a little bit more like looking like a mechanic.
Okay. Well, you're inspecting, right?
Yes.
Okay. So chances are probably like a polo shirt or some khakis, for the typical inspector kind of look,
Coveralls.
The obviously clipboard,
Mm-hmm.
So.
And a nice pair of coveralls.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so you guys go to U-Haul, and you got this person who seems like she's bored out of her gourd. The TV's on, the soap opera's going. Sees you. Yeah. So, can I help you?
Yeah, we're here from the vehicle inspection department.
You need to check the vehicles?
Yeah, we're going to give them the once over. Shouldn't be too long. Won't bother you.
It's okay. Here's the keys.
Thank you.
Hand them back when you're done.
Yep.
She don't even bother looking at paperwork. She's just minimum wage employee here. So.
Shouldn't even bother to check the IDs or anything.
Nope,
No.
she could care less.
We could have just fast talked our way
Apathy
through.
central.
Okay.
There's a whole lot of apathy in this part of town.
Wow.
So,
Okay, so this facility, how many trucks of the type that that Miller's gonna try to rent are there here
3.
on it? 3? Okay.
That's it. So,
Okay, so what's gonna happen is 2 of them are gonna suffer mechanical problems that I'm gonna be really upset about. So there's only gonna be 1 left, and that's the one I'm gonna rig up to get the flat tire
okay, so make
by
a mechanic
using
roll.
some of the okay.
As a backup plan, you can just give me the keys to the one you rig up, and I could be in the front office when he comes, if you want. Like backup
That
in
works
case
too.
something goes wrong. But I mean,
mechanics.
go whichever way you want. But
And I'll be low-jacking it,
yay.
obviously. I'll be low-jacking it, obviously, as I mentioned earlier.
Okay,
Right.
that's an easy hack roll.
Mechanics and what?
Intelligence.
Okay, that's a 10.
10, okay. Not a problem. It's pretty easy to rig up. These things are,
Okay,
not
so
complex.
one of them's going to have like a serious leak in one of the brake lines, and one of them's going to have going to be dumping oil all over the place.
Okay, so basically they have to be taken to the shop.
Yeah.
So, all right.
So,
U-Haul,
U-Haul and moving companies, they actually have like car rental places and U-Haul rental places. They actually have a decently sophisticated computer systems that they that are set up for each of their vehicles in case of issues. And so I'm going to hack into that system. So in addition to my little GPS LoJack, I'm going to hack into that system.
Okay,
And
roll your hacking. Plus your intelligence.
Sure. That is an 8 plus 4 is 12. 3 d10s for the win.
Easy enough. Okay.
So I'm going to take over the anti-theft system there, because as a backup plan, if his blow up doesn't work, the anti-theft system has an immediate shutdown that stops their engines.
Okay.
So that's part of what I meant by LoJack, was take over that. But mine's going to be backup.
Okay.
And I'm going to be suitably pissed when I come back into that office.
Okay. She's like, what's wrong?
What kind of fly-by-night operation you guys running around here? We got 2 of them out there that are just going to crap out and die as soon as they get out on the road.
Says, well...
I got one dumping brake fluid all over the place, and another one's got a puddle of oil big enough I can take a swim in.
Well, that's Larry's department. He ain't here. She says he's the one who does the fleet maintenance.
You tell Larry he's going to have to tighten things up if he wants to get certification for another year around here.
Well,
here,
I'll call him.
Here's the license plates. Here's the license plate numbers on the two trucks that I found.
So the other one's working okay?
The other one seems to be all right.
Because that one's scheduled to be rented out tomorrow.
Ah, okay. Well, you probably should rent that one out then.
Yeah, she says, I'll go ahead and get Larry to get these other 2 over to our fleet mechanic. Okay.
Thank you.
So, appreciate
and hey,
it.
next time I breeze through here through an inspection, you better be a little tighter on things.
She says, hey, the mechanic's part ain't my problem. I just handle the checkout.
Well, fine. Tell Larry about it.
Mm-hmm. As you're leaving, I think you hear her mutter something disparaging about you,
Fine and dandy. I don't care.
All right. So, what are you guys gonna do after you're done with the U-Haul?
Well, in that case, I don't need to expose myself, so I'm not coming back in the morning. I won't need to go undercover.
Yep. So we'll take a quick look around the property, see if there's a good place we can observe, just in case we want to park somebody out here to see them leave.
Right across the street, actually, there's
Okay.
Yeah, there's like one of those drive-through fast food places,
Okay. And somehow, some way, we're going to need to either get the Jeep back or we're going to need to find another vehicle.
Well, there's also a motorcycle too. Remember?
Oh, somebody know how to ride a motorcycle? Is that a special skill or is it just driving?
You can still drive it. Just if you get into any kind of chase situation, you're gonna have a hard time.
Nope, I have drive car.
Drive.
I have drive car, not motorcycle.
I'll drive on the motorcycle. I don't care.
Okay.
we didn't have someone play drive shaft. That's your driver, So. All right.
I recently just played
whenever
a driver.
I play the driver, it's like it winds up not being a driving scenario.
I played a race car driver recently in another scenario, so I was skipping the driver.
I got it. So at this point, you're on the road there, lockdown. Truck's following behind you. Meanwhile, back over here, you got Ghost up in the hills here, looking down at the other guy who's hopped out of the truck with his slung over rifle and also toting an RPG, squirreling it right through the woods, heading to hide and watch out over this truck, this U-Haul, where these two soldiers are sitting there waiting. And meanwhile, Hermes and Haywire are in the car further down, watching what's going on here. So there's probably a good point for us to stop here because obviously some action is probably going to happen and we don't want to make it too long. You can segue into the next part of this here where you guys are going to find out much more about what's going on. That sound okay to you?
Yes.
Sounds good.
All right,
Sounds
good.
great.
Cool, great. So,
Okay. Well, then we're going to work on scheduling a part 2. But before we close up for the evening, let's do a quick round of feedback and reaction to the system. So we're going to start with Caleb.
System's pretty easy to pick up. I mean, I'm completely new to it. So I like the D8, D10, and D6. Roll that and take the highest. Very simple. I'm pretty quick with my math, but I know a lot of gamers who are not. And so that would be very friendly to them. So yeah, sort of like that. so that would actually be a good selling point for our more mathematically challenged gamers, I think. The feats, talents, whatever you call them, make sense with this particular character. So it looks like with your system here, you could build pretty much anything and make a very good, well-balanced team. I think you've got something good here, sir.
Kevin.
Well, you should already know by now, Mickey, that I love hanging out with you. You're a good GM and you make some darn good games.
well, thank you.
As for second, I have never played the first iteration of Spy, but from what I've seen this one, I'll give it my thumbs up, and then I'm already rolling characters around in my head that would fit into your world of the factory. Like, could I make it in the actual system once I see it? So I'm excited to eventually see the finished product.
Okay, thank you.
Matt.
Okay. My considerations are that you've come up with a tight system. Well, we've seen a little bit of the combat system. I'd really like to see a little bit more of it before I make a final judgment. But what
I
I've seen
will.
of it is good. What I've seen of it is good, and I am considering buying a copy of it once the second edition comes out.
Thank you.
Awesome. And yes, we will do a feedback section once you've had the chance to play the combat. As for me, I'm assuming that this first edition of Spy was much more similar to the system of Wicked Pax, which we played. Is that correct?
Yeah, it was. Really, the changes in second edition aren't too tremendous. It was just Spy was our first game we rolled out with, and like most things you produce first,
It
after
needs
you
cleaning
produce,
up.
you realize you're like, oh wow, I didn't do that part right, or I should have fixed this, or should have adjusted this and done this. So we're actually in our 5th production of one of our games because we've done Spy, Pathogen Unclassified, Wicked Pax, Dark Times, and we're working on Pirates of a Shattered World. So it's allowed us to actually kind of go through and say, okay, let's do this, let's adjust this, let's do this. And the whole time I keep thinking back to Spy, thinking, good God, I have to go back and fix this thing. I have to go adjust it. And honestly, this has been in the can. It's like 95% done. There's only a few things we have to add to it, aside from artwork and layout, and otherwise, it's ready to print. We even have a supplement done for it too already. Matter of fact, you're playing in part of the supplement that we're going to be releasing called Operations and Procedures.
Oh, nice.
So,
Well,
so we're probably doing that release sometime before the year's over.
cool.
So.
Well, you know that I liked Wicked Pax a lot, and I like this as well. I think, once again, the dice mechanics make sense. They work. And I'm actually very interested to see the change in the hit point system, that tiered system. I think it might work better than Wicked Pax, but I guess we'll see about that.
Yeah,
And
that was actually taken from Pathogen Unclassified. We had that in ours, and we adapted it to Pirates of a Shattered World, which actually uses this mechanic system. And we noticed, holy crap, this works so much better.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing some more combat and getting a good sense of that. I like it a lot. I definitely think that looking through the different pre-gens, they all definitely had their own unique feel and their own unique capabilities. similar to Wicked Packs, that despite everyone being a caster, every caster felt significantly different, from the homeless bum caster to the Doctor Strange style caster. So I'm really glad, and this was the first game that I heard about that got me to get in touch with you. So I was like, I want to try this spy game that I just heard about. So I'm glad I'm getting to try it now. Thank you for coming back.
No, my pleasure. I enjoy gaming with you guys. So
I'm gaming with you too.
But yeah, we enjoy writing it. And Spy, actually, we didn't really originally intend to start publishing games. Funny story about that was, it was a weekend and I wanted to run a Spy game. And there wasn't too many things on the market at the time that I was really jazzed about. I mean, they were just too much like a certain thing. They're like, no, I want to be more like this or this. And so I was like, hell with it. I'm just going to cobble together some rules on the fly and just kind of wrote it out. And my wife and a good friend of mine, I ran it for them, and they liked it a lot. So, okay, great. So then a local convention came by. I decided I'll go ahead and run it there. I ran it. People went nuts for it and said, when's this coming out? I'm going, what do you mean when's coming out? Is it a game? Like, well, not really, So people started urging me more and more, why don't you publish this? Like, why don't I publish it? So launched on Kickstarter, and we got funded. And then we started growing from there.
Awesome. Well, once again, we'll schedule part 2. I can't wait.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, Blades. Thank you so much for watching another Babies with Knives video. If you liked what you saw, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Go follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and come join the conversation on our Discord server.
If you want to keep content like this coming, come check out our Patreon and consider subscribing. All links for this is provided in the description below. And remember, come back next time to get honed!